Okay, so we are ready to get started on our team call. It is so nice to see all of you beautiful people. It's so great. Our team is just getting bigger and bigger, and I love it. Today we have the beautiful Genevieve Struck and Trisha Goose. I don't know where she is, but there you are. And they're going to be leading our call today on social media. So I will go ahead and mute myself, and ladies, take it away.
Okay, so hey everyone, if I haven't met you yet, I know you on social media and you know about me and about this business. It's so great. So I'm not sharing my screen. Hang on. Let me share my screen and we'll get started. So this is one of the topics that I think we could almost talk about every single week because social media is how we run our business, which is so great. We get to share, just our lives and just getting people excited to join us. And it's just so important. But I know for myself, when I started with Raquel and Jessica, we had no idea what we were doing. And social media was the scariest thing. We were like, guys, what should we post? Quick, let me this rock and do something crazy. I don't even know. It was just, it frustrated me and it made me almost not want to post anything. And especially for new coaches, it may seem daunting when you see a coach who's been coaching for 2+ years and it's so easy. So we've created a formula called social, right? Getting social with social media. So we're going to break down that social for you. So if you have a piece of paper, write it down, and this is going to be your action plan. So social media doesn't control you and your life and you feel boggled down, but instead you have control of social media. All right, so S in social is strategize. I cannot tell you enough. Once I started to plan out my posts in advance, it was so life-changing for me. On my Instagram, I branded myself where I do some pictures and then a quote, and I have a systematic formula for that. And I'm not saying everyone should go and do that by any means, but it really did help me with planning out. Also, why we do that is so that you can really hone in on your target audience. So what I love about this team is that we have, 25-year-olds like me, no kids, just working. And then we have moms, 30s, 40s, and then we have, grandmas in the group, that are working this business. So we all can't be posting the same because you have to really target either if it's, busy stay-at-home moms or working full-time moms or these full-time post-grad adults figuring out life. So, and picking out that prime time. So I started, it was just kind of like, I haven't posted in a while. Maybe I should just find something to post, right? Some of you may be thinking to yourself, oh my God, that's what I do right now. So don't feel bad. I was there. We were all there. But I'm going to show you how we do that. But first, we're going to move on to our O, open book. Okay, so when you first become coaching, it's really easy to show the perfect part, the I'm ready here, like workout done, I'm so happy and everything is great and join my challenge group. And while it may be, and you should definitely, enjoy life and share that, but it's also so great to show, all those ups and downs. Be more than just that invite friend, right? You never want your friends and family to be like, you're always inviting, right? So how we do that is sharing more than just the workout schedule, right? It's easy every day to say, got my workout in, which you should be doing, but you have to add more than that. I find that the months that I do the best is when I have pictures of my puppies in there. I'm traveling, I'm doing other things, and I have actually less workout posts and less, invites and more just life. But with that, I wanted to talk about Instagram story, the live video, and Snapchat, because this is a great way to show what you're doing without constantly posting. And this is something that I totally take advantage of because people are able to see my workouts even if I don't post a workout selfie. So instead of being like, wow, you're always posting workout selfies, if you put it in your live video on Instagram or Snapchat, people are seeing it every day and they're like, oh my gosh, you really are getting up and you're doing it. You know, it's easy to say, someone could say, oh, well, you took that picture probably a couple days ago. So if your live video on Facebook of your workout or your live video on Snapchat story, it makes such a difference. Or like when you're cooking or little things, but then also adding your life. So here is the plan. This is an example plan that I totally do. So you'll see those quotes in there. It's systematic. But the way I break it down, so this is a Google Doc that I have, and I have my prime times, and it is arranged because, you know, flexibility is always good. I don't want to feel pressure that I have to get it posted by a certain time, but these are my time frames that have worked for me. And then I have my platforms separated because I take advantage of Facebook and Instagram because I think those two, I think it's always good to have two, whether it's Facebook and Snapchat, Facebook and Twitter, Facebook and blogging, Facebook, Pinterest. You should always, you know, I think have two. So you'll see here, I have on Instagram, if you see a post, you'll see on Tuesday, for example, at 6 a.m. On Facebook, I just did the quote, but on Instagram, because I do have a lot of followers, I will do quote and then I'll do a story, a live story of my actual workout, whether it's a picture of the on-demand, pressing play, me sweating, me saying, oh my gosh, good workout, whatever. So as you go through, you can notice there's different stories of showing my food, different posts of showing my food, out shopping, out with friends, the workout, Shakeology. For me, that 6 a.m. time, you'll see for me a lot is the workout because I think, you know, you want people to enjoy that journey with you and share it with you. And then anything after that. And then also I leave blanks because things come up. So don't feel like, oh my gosh, Jen said I need to plan everything out. I need to stick to the plan. No, get a rough draft. Then you can go into the day knowing what you're kind of doing. And then as things come up, you can shuffle it around. So hopefully this kind of helps you out. When I started planning out my posts, it was a game changer. Game changer. All right, Trisha is next.
Are you good?
Yes.
Can you hear me? Okay. Hi, everyone. I haven't introduced myself yet. I started coaching a few months ago. I've known Jen for actually a really long time. We danced together back in college and have stayed really close since then. And Raquel, I haven't seen you in person in a really long time, but hoping to make my way to Texas soon. But and meet all of you. But to go off of what Jen said, so our C is connect. So you can connect in multiple different ways. First thing we're going to talk about is sharing your story in a really compelling way. So Michelle, so I saw your note about switching up our posts a little bit. So it's okay if we do all know very similar people. Yes, we are talking about the same things, but when you do share your story in a very compelling way, it's easier to connect to people, right? Like Jen said, everyone in this group has their own background, whether you're still in college, whether you just graduated a couple years ago, you're living the single life, or you have a mom and babies. Sharing your story in a compelling way is going to attract people to you, right? So everyone has a different target market. Maybe, if you're fresh out of college, you're trying to snatch some students up that are graduating soon. Or if one of our coaches, Brittany, for example, she's a recent mom, so she connects a lot to some younger moms. But sharing your compelling story in a particular way will really attract a lot of people. Now, when you are on social media, another way to connect is liking people's Facebook posts or their Instagram posts, or like Jen said, following the Instagram stories or Snapchat stories, anything like that. So liking them, messaging them. One thing that Jen passed along to me, which I absolutely love, is messaging people on their birthday. Like, who does that, right? Everyone typically will just like it, or if you're busy all day, you don't even see that little birthday events up in the top right-hand corner. I was super guilty of that for a really long time. I would just look at my news feed and then click out of it. So I try to make that a huge effort every single day now. And also making your Facebook status something that's just not strictly about coaching. So asking a broad question like, looking for a nice restaurant that's kid-friendly in Austin, any ideas? Or I actually loved Raquel's video about the oil pulling. I followed that and I do that a lot now. So that wasn't even relative really to coaching, but just ways to grab people in and connect with them. So Jen, if you want to move to the next slide. So one way to connect is putting yourself out there, showing old me versus new me. So I did that on one of my posts here just as an example. I just said it was super cold out. I could have lounged in. I could have stayed in the house all day for hours, but I have a company holiday party. Old me would have brushed it off. New me, put on my workout clothes, got in 30 minutes. People can relate to that, especially during busy weekends and especially during the busy holiday season. So that was one way to connect. There's definitely multiple ways as well. But moving on to I is interest. So keeping people interested and keeping them guessing and wondering what you're doing. Obviously, once I started getting used to coaching, my first initial posts started to change into, okay, this is what I'm doing. I'm running challenge groups. So people started to understand, but I still wanted to give them a reason to keep wondering what I'm doing, if you will. So giving little shout outs like, you know, we're running another challenge group, but we're upping our game next month. Like, make sure you save your spot before we fill out. And people are going to wonder, okay, what's changing month over month? And they want to join and continue to join your challenge groups. But keep them wanting more. Keep them guessing what it is that you're doing. What are you adding? What are you changing in your life? Give them little sneak peeks, but also letting them in on your life. So I say that with caution. Some people don't want to put their personal business out there, but throwing out hobbies, interests, family, letting them know who you are. I think Raquel might have mentioned this, or it was Jessica on a previous call, but kind of making like Facebook like your personal diary almost, but only to some certain extent. I know some people don't want to put their whole family business out there, but it's good to let people know who you are, because the more that they know who you are, the more that they'll trust you and they'll put their trust in you when you are looking for challengers to join you. So creating that interest, letting them know, building that momentum, it'll continue to have people not only interested in what you're doing, but interested in who you are. And the last thing was just creating build up for upcoming events. So the next slide is an example for kind of keeping that interest in build up. So I wanted to make my post a little bit relative, kind of making it funny and a little bit looking back on previous pictures. So one, I have an addiction to changing my hair color, just trying to make it fun, because a lot of my posts were very serious, like, hey, I'm working out, I'm doing the flex picture, which is I do this all the time, I need to switch it up. And I was only posting pictures in my workout clothes. So I wanted to do a before and after in just regular clothes, just to show them that, hey, this isn't just me posting in a sports bra every day. Many people may not be able to relate to that. Maybe they just want to see how their clothes fit. So this post overall was not even just about, you know, losing weight or anything like that, but it was overall showing that I had a major transformation, like mind, body, and soul. So next slide, Jen, you want to take it over?
Yes. Okay. So another thing off of the buildup of events, I just want to touch on that, because as like vacations start happening, new year, as we're pushing to get people to join our team and all of that, I traveled a lot last year, and before every trip, I was asking everyone, what color should I paint my nails? I put them on the whole journey the week before I left. What should I buy? Should I wear this dress or this dress for one of the nights? If you can take people on that journey and they feel like they impact it, they just love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so we are almost through it. Hopefully y'all are sticking with us. Being authentic is so huge. We preach that all the time, and I know sometimes it's so hard when you're taking that selfie, trying to find that angle and the lighting in front of the window, and you're like, am I being authentic? Trust me, I've been there. You are. As long as you are coming from a positive place and you're energetic and you know you're doing it so you can help and change lives, you will know it's for the right reason. So being authentic is sharing the good, the bad, and the ugly. Don't always look pretty in your pictures. And I know that's really weird to say, but you know, have your hair up in a crazy bun, being like, crazy day today. You know, if your hair is always down and done up like that, people may be like, oh, well, you know, you're just Miss Perfect or Mr. Perfect. Avoid over edited photos. We all do this. When I first became a coach, I was so guilty of this. You don't even realize how much your finger starts to blur out the blemishes, and then all of a sudden you have no lines on your face at all. So I'm going to show you an example in a little bit how I did that, and even just a little bit too much, because yes, we want to edit our photos to brighten them. You want to, you know, maybe blur the background for sure so you stand out. So it is a scroll stopper. But you lose that authenticity when you have no wrinkles on your face whatsoever. You know, you have no blemishes, you know, that's just not real. And we're not Instagram models. We're just normal people trying to change lives. And that's what we do. And then the next thing is before, after photos. So I know for some of us, when I do my month challenges, like I don't look that different. I'm at the point where I'm not really looking that different from day 1 to day 30 every single month, right? If you've been coaching now for a year or more, you're kind of like, so maybe you're still using the same before photo that you used when you first started, which is totally fine. I've been using that as well. But it's still, the before and after photos are crucial. You know, exposing yourself, like this is my day 1 of December. You know, now I just finished my challenge group. These are my results. I'm feeling great. And maybe you talk about your challengers results also. But then like Trisha said, doing a before and after in regular clothes. I know some of the coaches on here, they do like jean sizes, which is awesome. Like certain pants that are super special to them, or like old high school pants, like stuff like that is amazing versus just in, you know, the sports bra and, you know, spandex or whatever. So here are some examples of the over edited. So on the, not the transformation photos, just looking at my face and the full body picture to the left of you. So on the bottom is super over edited. Like it doesn't look that bad, right? But you can tell that you literally can see that I've blurred my face out and my eyes look unreal. Like it just doesn't look right. Where on the top one, I edited a little bit, but just not overly. So just be careful. And one thing that Trisha and I do, like if you find a success partner, send them the photo and be like, am I borderline creepy? Like, does this look okay? And be real with your success partner. Be like, girl, like just, you look a little too airbrushed. Give me some more of those lines. And then the full body picture, you know, you can just see the eyes are just coming out way too much and all of that. And I really think that adds to just being authentic. You know, the more real you can look, the less airbrush and soft and all of that is just way better. Because we're not Instagram models. We're just everyday people working out, hanging out, drinking shakes, right? And then the before, the transformation photos, you know, show those like stock photos where it's, you know, your true before up against a white wall. And, you know, making it look nice, you know, shows that you are really serious about this versus just, you know, in my bathroom, whatever. And then, like I said, everyday clothes where people can relate to. You know, I had this one in my pajamas and people freaked over it. They were like, yes, oh my gosh. You know, so trying out different transformation clothes and things like that is really helpful in being that authentic person that's just not in the sports bra and all of that. Okay. Trisha.
Okay, so last post is LIVE, or the last letter in the acronym is LIVE. So one is seek out new adventures, new friends, new places to post about. So I was super guilty of this when I first started coaching. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, my mind was just like work, Beachbody. And then I wasn't going out anymore and I didn't know how to juggle everything. And it was like, okay, I'm posting every day about Beachbody, but I need to start posting about who Trisha is and just living my life, because this should be fun. And I think once you start this, initially I felt super overwhelmed. I'll admit that 100%. I would talk to Jen about it all the time. And she was like, this is fun. Like, you're helping people, you're changing lives. How is this stressful? And I was like, you know what? You're right. So it was like, once you just kind of live and just let go and don't allow social media to rule you, it'll be so much easier. So I guess to wrap it up entirely, so going over the acronym for social is 1, strategize, be an open book, connect, create interest, be authentic, and live. So all in all, I think once you really allow yourself to be in control of your social media, it will no longer be something that's stressful. When you show who you are, it's organic. So it shouldn't be difficult to write or anything about that. I will say once I started to focus a lot more on the personal development and reading and listening to podcasts, I found it easier for me to write and to communicate about it. I don't know why, somehow it must go hand in hand with us mentally, but the more that I was reading, the easier it was for me to write out any post or anything about myself or to express myself. So I think you'll find the more that you think about it, what you want to write or anything like that, it'll make you have a little bit more mindfulness about yourself, and it'll make you realize a lot of things that you're accomplishing, like little things like, maybe you have 10 new challengers this month, but once you write it out in your post, you kind of go back and realize like, wow, I did a kick-ass job this past month, but you don't really realize it until you look back at your posts. So I even suggest to look back at some of your posts throughout the past couple weeks and just like take it all in and applaud yourself, because this shouldn't be stressful at all. If anything, it should make your lives as coach a lot easier, because the more that you stay consistent with it on social media, the easier it is for people to reach out to you because they see that you are consistent with it and it's not something that's stressful. Yeah. So I guess that's it. If we have any questions, we can open up the floor.
I'm going to just like minimize this because I can't see y'all.
Okay.
If you stop sharing screen, you'll be able to see everybody again.
Oh. Stop. 1 second.
Down at the bottom, Jen.
Ooh.
Or at the top.
I got it. Sorry.
There you go.
So getting social. So any questions at all? I know whenever we like ask that, people are always like, no. But there's chat happening. Did we miss some?
They just want you to post these slides and then also your Google Doc planning. I think that is genius. Like I have a like vague idea, but I love the idea of like plugging and chugging. And I think Rachel had posted that last week. And I just think it just makes it so much easier. I love that. And the acronym, I'm loving acronyms. And I just love that. Love it.
Good. I'm so glad. Yeah, we just wanted to let you guys know, because I will tell you, when I started, Raquel, Jessica, and I, we were literally like, we would go and drive places so we could post a picture, like, stuff. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, I literally would be like, I have to go find something to do so I can tell people I'm doing it, which is like so bizarre. So if you can just if anything, schedule those posts, because also it's just going to take you to that higher level of efficiency where you wake up, you already know what you're doing. You're not like, because when you are thinking about what you're posting, for me, I then get lost on the social media black hole where I'm like looking at other people, and then all of a sudden an hour's gone by and I didn't post, but I've been looking at people's stuff and I've been on social media. So that's it. And then, just have fun with it. And the big thing is just putting stuff out there. Utilize Instagram story. Do you guys all know how, for those of you that have Instagram and are pushing that, do you know how to do Instagram story? Yes, sort of.
I have no idea.
No?
I have no idea how to use any of that stuff.
Oh, who is that?
We got you, Kristen.
Kristen, what are you? Okay, really, we have a couple minutes. I'm going to share my phone and I'm going to show you, because that's
I am not tech savvy at all.
I got you. Okay.
I don't know how to do this either, so this is exciting.
It's a game changer.
Here's my phone. Hi, phone. Oh, also my vision board of why I do what I do every day and why I wake up. Not my vision board of goals, but just why I wake up in the morning is my background on my phone. I highly suggest that. Okay, so you're going to get into Instagram. So if you guys have your phone, jump on. So Instagram changed, and it kind of like freaked my world out because it's like hard to navigate now. So just to refresh, this is your home down here. Then searching, if you want to search people in here, is going to be your most popular. Like what are people that your friends are looking at and liking. So I always go through here to see what's everyone looking at. Anyway, if I wanted to post something, that's the plus sign. Likes, your notifications, this is cool. So who you're following, what are they liking? I look at this to kind of see what are people liking. That's kind of cool. Your activity, again, what are people, and then when you get followers, that's the people. So by just sliding your finger left and right, that's how you get to all of those. All right, and then me, the man down here, this is your personal profile. So some people think that's how you do story. Nope, that's just to find new friends, but this is also a really good way to connect with people. They're gonna suggest people you should follow. So to get to your story, go down to the home, bottom left, go to the camera up here. Now, guys, I'm going to put you on my thing. So I'm going to press the center button where it's white. I'm going to, just to take a picture, press it once. Okay? Then I can, if I didn't like that, you exit out. You can do a boomerang. And
What is a boomerang?
it's like a less than 10-second video that's going to be like kissy. So
Loose.
I can do it really quick. So it's going to be like this, like. So that's a boomerang. Okay,
Oh.
then you can add text. You can do the marker and you can do squiggles.
Oh.
You're hysterical.
You can highlight it. Okay. Then you can also do
What is this?
free, which is main screen. So you can put your phone down,
It's an
tap
account.
it, and then you can just, hey guys, what's up? Oh my God. And then you tap the center again, and the video will record. So it's a great way to do your workout. So you can press it, do a combination of your workout, and then end it. And it's a live video. So it's super, super cool. And there's also filters, so you can do like, so you just
I caught myself smiling with you.
there's a bunch of filters, which is really fun to just change it up. So, and then you can save them, and then you just add to your story when you're ready to go. So, and that's how you do it. Oh, you can upload, to upload photos that you have. Wait, we're not together. I think I'm frozen. Oh, okay. To upload, swipe down. So if you have a photo that you want to add onto your story that you took on your camera roll, hang on. I'm going behind. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
The phone is going slower than me. So you just swipe down and you can add it. So, and then it just adds to your story, and then you can view other people's up here. So let's see Trisha's. And then to view people's, you just swipe right. Oh, it's not going. Y'all got it?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's Instagram story.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. So yeah, that's, and so if I feel like I'm just posting a lot, because on Instagram, honestly, it's the kind of platform where you shouldn't be posting too much one after another. Facebook, and
Yes.
because of newsfeed, stuff get lost. No one can keep track of it. Where Instagram, people will see you're posting a lot and they'll unfollow you. They'll be
So I
like,
can post more than 3 a day?
so on Instagram, I post once or twice, honestly, but I do my story all day.
No, I'm talking about on Facebook. I can post more than 3 times a day?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. I just wouldn't post I don't really typically do like one after another. You know what I mean?
Right.
Spaced out in your time frames. Like, for example, if you were to go on a trip, just do a photo album. So all the photos are jumped together if you have like a bunch of photos at one event.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But Facebook, yeah, you could do 4 times a day. Because of the newsfeed, it's going to get lost in there.
Yeah.
I have a
Yeah.
question.
Yes.
How do you schedule posts that you're talking about? Like, is there an app for that, or can you do that through Facebook?
So, like when we say scheduled posts, I more so mean like I plan it out on the Google Doc, and then I have to go in and manually do it. Just because
Okay.
for the most part, I'm taking the picture right when it's happening.
Okay.
But there is sites like for my challenge groups, I do schedule the posts and I use Buffer. And I know other coaches do that too, and that I will say has changed my life, because when I wake up, I'm not freaking out about posting. And then I feel like, oh, I've already engaged in the group, where now that I schedule it for 5 o'clock in the morning. So even the early risers are good to go. And then I can go in around like 11 a.m. lunchtime and go back and engage. And I don't feel like my day is consumed by the challenge group.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Welcome.
I like to refer to Jen as our social media manager. So she always has great tips. I'm not kidding. She gave me like a selfie 101 tutorial because I had never taken a selfie before in my life. So her and Trisha are really great resources for that. But y'all, that was so great. Does anybody else have any other questions? I loved it. And now I'm like, I need to make that calendar for myself of what I'm posting. That's going to make my life so much better. We good? Anybody else?
I have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
This is going to be a really stupid question, but I've noticed specifically, Jen and you, Raquel, a lot of your posts are not selfies in the sense that you're not holding the phone. And y'all, if you could see me trying to set up my phone to take a picture of myself, it's ridiculous. Do you guys have any tips? Do you have a special holder?
So selfie sticks, I don't actually use a selfie stick that much anymore, but Jen Eve is like the queen of selfie stick. I still struggle with not getting a stick in the picture. But I actually bought this little stand. I think it's called a Joby. Yes, that's it right there off of Amazon. I think it's like
You got me this.
15, 20 bucks. And it's wonderful because the legs you can attach to anything. They bend and twist.
This is life-changing.
It's life-changing. I'll get the link from Amazon and post it.
We also have it in the Apple Store.
Oh, yeah. Well, there you go. You have it in the Apple Store, too. So if you need it now, I'm an Amazon Primer, so that's where I buy everything. But, yeah, and that will change your life.
I use the tripod also, but I'm going to show you. So this is my activity room where I post all my workouts. Okay, so I'm in the activity room. I'm going to show you what I do and how I get my videos and my pictures. So
She taught me this.
Y'all, I'm not even kidding. That's what I do. Okay, it works perfect. It's so good. Okay, so that's literally what I do. And then I have if I don't want it too high, I'll put this. I have a snow globe picture frame, and I'll put it low like that, and it just stands right in front of it, and it props it up. But because you get the window lighting, and it's the perfect, and you can change the height. I mean,
genius. Hey, but now that you mentioned lighting, I think that's key. Lighting is huge in pictures. So make sure, like she said, she's facing towards the light and having the light shine on her. For the longest time, I was the worst. I'd be facing, taking a picture, and the light would be behind me, and the lighting would be terrible. So lighting is
also invested in.
Yes. A Lumi case you can also buy, I think, off Amazon. I'm not sure. You can buy. Those are wonderful as well.
Yeah. But you don't need the Lumi window lighting. I don't use the Lumi in my workout morning posts. I always am looking for a window. And I think cars have really good lighting. So me too. So yeah. Any other questions about anything?
If you follow, you first.
Am I going?
First.
Okay, so I was just going to say for those people that post using Instagram and then to Facebook, because I do that a lot to kind of cut time.
Don't do it.
You can do that, but make sure you put your hashtag and all those hashtags in your picture caption.
Yeah, but I will
Did you
say
hear
with that though, Facebook doesn't like when you use other places. They get very snobby and they're not going to put your thing in the newsfeed. So 'cause I used to do that too because I was like, oh my God, great. I can just link everything and post it once. What? And then my stuff wasn't getting any traction. And I was like, hey, wait a minute. Like, this is a great photo. What's going on? And then we figured out algorithms that if you are using, like, that's why you shouldn't post YouTube videos. You shouldn't use another app for videos and post and link anything. It does take extra time, but I will say for algorithm's sake, it's better to just, because Facebook wants you to just use them, unfortunately.
Yeah, I did notice that. Yeah.
Can I add something?
Yeah.
Actually, Instagram is owned by Facebook.
Yeah.
But they don't, whenever I used to do it, I never got like the likes that I was getting when I separated it.
It's still like that for me too.
Yeah, I don't know if maybe it's because it's not that they don't like, but they want you to separate. Maybe, I don't know.
They want you to post directly, yeah.
Yeah.
There's definitely a science behind it where they want you to use their status update box for you to update your statuses so that you're checking into places, you're telling people how you're feeling, you're using all of those 3 or 4 different things like post a photo, feeling, activity, etc. Like they want you to use that, and so that they're building their Facebook following, audience.
For sure.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say.
Yeah. Oh, and if you follow Chalene Johnson, she said, and it's been proven that the refrigerator has the perfect lighting.
What?
So
Good to know.
yes. If you
Open up
guys,
that fridge. I'll be there tomorrow morning.
I'm like, all right, Chalene, that's why your fridge keeps breaking because you have it open all the time, sister. Anyways, sorry.
Love that.
Just my 2 cents.
Yeah, right. You know she's using that Diva light.
Oh, yeah.
Well, she has her Diva ring too in her bathroom. It's like a little mini one, and then her
She
big
has like a pocket one.
You can get them for your phone.
Okay, so since we're over on time, everything about Super Saturday that we got from corporate, we will post as a link in Team VIP because I know that you guys, we try hard to stick to our 30 minutes. So we'll post that. So look for that tomorrow, and then we'll post a recording of this call too. You guys did so good, Trisha and Jen. Thank you so much. I loved it. Love, love, love. I think we overcomplicate social media, but you guys did a really good job of just bringing it down to this job is fun.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. See you on social media. Bye, guys.
Bye,
And
y'all.
a fridge light.
Yes.